Tool, Mr. Sexy Goth Bad Boy, Demon Wizard, Warlock, King Cobra JFS, back at you with another video. So check this out, I turned comments back on, but they were approved only. Which means I gotta go through comments and selectively block the assholes and approve the ones that support me. It's a pain in the neck, but every YouTuber does it. Got some of that rum and some cherry vanilla Coke. If you like the video, subscribe for more. No, if you're getting harassed on your cell phone, just block it, the number, and ignore it. People are sad, shallow, desperate losers for attention. It's beyond pathetic. I got fans who send me these things like a ring that holds one of these things. You can't let them get to you, man. You just can't. That's what they want. What's next? They're gonna call me an alcoholic because I'm sitting here having a drink? Fuck off. You don't got fans sending you free tobacco and alcohol and shit. Like, dude, you know what I'm saying? My trolls are next level pathetic and predictable. That's the sad part of it. Got the window open. It's a chilly spring day. The sun is shining. You see this pipe right here, this wizard's pipe? I have a suspicion that a fan might have made it or ordered it from a website and sent it to me. But before we read some hate comments or what have you, let's do a video response. Alright. Oh, whoa. What? The rise of Biden's police state guest, Sydney Watson, episode 140. No way.
Of like, if in the past we were okay to have apartheid, for example, and other things like that, we were
Smash the like button, bro.
Happy to have the Jim Crow laws, which actually, you know, with actual segregation. Why would this be any different?
Yeah.
Now, it's not based on race, which is, you know, I argue better. It's not based on race, but it is based on something that is still us versus them, or, you know, however you want to characterize.
Goddamn it, keyboard.
English today, Elijah. This is bad.
You never speak English. You say Elijah.
Elijah.
Yeah, very weird. Australians are very strange.
You know, I'm just having one of those days. I think it's because I put this shirt on that Savannah hates, Actually, your wife hates it too.
Let us know in the comments
I'm a-
below. Do you like the shirt?
Do you like the shirt? I know. Everyone who says no, just be aware that I'm going to be watching.
I almost wore the same thing, and we looked at each other and went, one of us is going to have to change. And I went with the Patagonia t-shirt instead. And guys, before we jump into this, I'm going to talk about some insanity here. Chuck, go to my screen. It says here that this is the backwardsness that you know, California schools are still closed, by the way, but San Diego teachers are going to provide in-person classes to the illegal kids that are coming across the border, even though they're not providing them to the citizens of California, which I just came back from, which just to remind you guys about the instability.
Oh my fucking god. This pandemic bullshit's gotta stop. We got vaccines now. We should start being able to open up shit. Like, we can do it safely and smartly. We need to get back to school and get back to our jobs, damn it. I've always treated YouTube like a job for the last couple of years, and it makes me some money here and there. It's honest work. I make wands. Thankfully, Cobra Craft Handmade Wands has not been affected by COVID, and I'm very grateful for my customers. I'm going to make 11 wands. One will be for a friend of mine, and 10 will be for the batch. I'll have to wash this later. No, there's a Bulldog Mindset video I want to do a response to. Let's look that up real quick. Oh, fuck. What was it? I think it was this one. Yep.
Check this out. I'm going to show you.
When is it time to stop being a fuckboy? This cigarette ring is so fucking cool. Here we go. Because if you're a woman and you get laid, you get called a slut. But if you're a dude and you get laid and you go out of your way to try to get pussy, you get called a fuckboy or a simp. Here we fucking go. Got the rum? Alright, thank you for coming on to the show and watching the video. People are going to be slightly offended by the feminazi joke that I made on my unboxing fan mail video, but that's alright.
How we built a $50 million coaching company with one.
Yo, what's up, Bulldogs? Alright, I'm gonna have a video.
Okay, so Bulldog Mindset is one of those channels that helps men become men, you know, learn how to get the physique you want, get the chicks you want, all that good shit. And quite frankly, I don't care if tactical soap is imported from China, I'll still wear it. It smells good. Adult women like the smell of it. You know what I'm saying? It's a confidence booster on your skin.
Today, I want to do some real talk about pickup and game. So stay tuned here. We're going to discuss all that. And
now, this is just a video response, a discussion by having a drink. Comments are turned back on, but they're approved only. I have to because people do some really messed up shit in the comment section. All I can do with haters and mean comments is just block it, delete it, and ignore it. YouTube doesn't give a shit. They say they do because it looks good on paper, or should I say on screen. Welcome to YouTube's guidelines. Welcome to YouTube's guidelines. We do not allow nudity on our website, but wait, here's naked news. A bunch of hot of-age chicks with their pussies, their ass, and their tits hanging to the wind. Doing naked news and naked yoga and shit like that. Oh, but that's tasteful. But you know how many guys are jacking off to that shit on YouTube because they're having a hard time on the dating scene? At the end of the day, you don't want to be called a jack off or whatever. That's better than being a you know what. Starts with an R and ends with a psst. Now I ain't gonna say it because that's how grossed out I am by it. I don't want to upchuck the rum in my stomach.
The big question that so many of you guys ask me is like, well, what should I do? Should I, be a playboy? Should I get laid every night? And we're gonna basically answer that in this video.
No, sex really is not the most important thing, man. Society says it, but they preach the opposite. Think about it. Okay, you know I'm right on this shit. Alright, society will sit there and say that sex is not the most important thing in the world, and they are right, 1000%. However, that's not what they preach in their advertisement. If you're a horny teenager who's impressionable, and your drug counselor is saying beer is bad for you, alcohol makes you do stupid things you shouldn't drink, and you go home and watch TV, and lo and behold, here's a hot of-age chick in a bikini, holding 2 beers. And what happens to you? You're sitting there confused because you're getting mixed messages. That's what that's called. Hey stud, want some suds? Crack open the keystone, so smooth. Okay, yeah, he's gonna do the comedy bit while all he does is like, what's the deal with Cobra's videos anyways?
If you guys are just joining me for the first time, by the way, I'm John from BulldogMindset.com. On this channel, I teach you how to be a man. I teach you how to build financial independence. How to get the
Is it your definition of a man or society's general definition? Because to be a man or to be a woman is so skewed these days, it's ridiculous. I mean, shit. Men can have periods now, and women can have boners or dicks. It's weird. The society we live in is weird. I don't judge it. I'm just saying it's weird. But he said a couple things in this video that we're going to touch base on. I watched the video, and I was like, hold up. No, back up. What?
physique you want, how to get the girls you want, and how to go from the victim mindset to the
How to get the girls you want. You want girls that share similar interests to you, correct? Think about it. Do you think some stuck-up preppy bitch is going to go after an Ozzy Osbourne hippie metal guitar player looking type? Probably not. It's probably not her type. Unless, of course, she's in college and she wants to piss off her parents. So she takes the gothic bad boy. What are you doing to my daughter? She's listening to rock and roll and smoking cigarettes. How dare you? You're a bad influence on my daughter. And she's in college. She can make her own decisions. The only thing I'm missing is a badass car, which, if I won the lottery, mind you, I'd build me a sick little hot rod. Model T C-Cab Rat Rod hearse. It would look sick. I got a vision for it, and it'll look awesome when I build it. Dream big. Small dreams are easy to achieve. You gotta dream big, live for the moment, make the best of your situation. You know what I'm saying? You can't let life slow you down. No, really, it's a mindset. I'll give you an example. I've been rejected by every chick I've liked since 4th grade. Going through a 3-year dry spell. I don't let that stop that. I don't let that stop me from talking to of age chicks, man. It's really how you present it. You know what I'm saying? You could be like depressed about it, or you could be like, hey, you know what? These are my attractive qualities. I want to work with that. You focus on the chicks who find you attractive versus the ones you don't, and there you go. You pick the best looking one out of the bunch that you find that finds you attractive, and there you go. It's selective. And that's how humans are with dating. You can't argue with me on that. Look, women and men are held to the same beauty standards, but it's only fat shaming when it happens to women. It's only sexist when it happens to women. It's only, you know what I'm saying? And that kind of creates a power struggle amongst the genders. If we want gender equality, then we need to stop this crap. Woo! Damn, Courtney, that distillery that makes this rum, Chef's Kiss, mix it out with some cherry vanilla Coke, a cola, you are set. I could drink it straight, honestly, but mixing it's always fun. And that's another thing that pisses me off. Is this toxic female environment with alcoholic beverages. If you're a man and you mix your drinks, oh, you're a pussy. Why don't you just drink that shit straight? Bro, it's my liquor. I'll do what the fuck I want with it. Why don't you stop being a toxic fucking male? Mind your business. No, my family has ranchers, and I'm proud of my heritage, damn right. But one time I got a beer. It was a Steel Reserve Blue Raz. And I was just happy to have enough money for one can. So talking to myself, I'm like, fuck yeah, I got a beer. And this rodeo rider was like, that beer's for pussies. So I looked over at him and I said, I loves getting of age pussy. And I started humping the can. And I walked away. I turned his toxic masculinity around on him. I'm like, bro, you think you know what I'm saying? Like you can ride a bull, but let's see you wrestle a bear. I'm ornery. No, I'm just busting balls. Rodeo's a dangerous sport, but that's good shit. You know, this one time I was at Walmart, I had my cowboy hat on, my bandana, my collar, my goth makeup on. This old timer cowboy looks at me and says, that man ain't cowboy. So I looked at him and I says, one, I'm not trying to be cowboy. Two, I have ranchers in my family. And three, I'm autistic. What's your problem? Shut right the fuck up after that. Hell, a lot of the shit's imported from China. So I really don't care if the tactical soap I wear is imported from China. I like wearing it for the of-age ladies. Best place to pick up chicks when you're 30 is at a bar. Old enough to drink, old enough to sink in the pink. Yeah! And I don't even need some sleazy ass pickup line like, hey baby, you like guitar players? I'd rock your world. But come on, that was good. I'm just saying, like if you're actually decent at guitar, which I'm not gonna toot my own horn, but I've definitely gotten better at guitar. I love playing electric guitar and making it, you know what I'm saying, making it wail and the sweeping and the shreddage and the distortions, yeah. But I'm off track.
Bulldog Mindset, click the subscribe button. Make sure to take the quiz up in the corner over here in the cards, and hit like. So smash that like button. All right. So I'm trying to think where to start with this and why I was talking about this. So, gosh, it's so confusing out there. I think for a lot of you guys today, and I get this question all the time. And and I've gone through various stages in my life as well, right? I usually don't talk much about my personal life, but I'm not going to start doing that right now for a lot of reasons, right? But I will tell you that I have gone through various stages in my life, from everything to monogamous relationships to pickup artistry type of situations and all of that stuff, right? Now, here's the thing to understand about this, is that there are certain things that are appropriate at certain times in your life and certain paths of development, right? So I personally think that for the long term, being in a fulfilling relationship with a person and having that level of intimacy and depth and connection is important. I feel.
Well, intimacy is different for different couples. YouTube. That's the thing of it. There are some couples who can't really have sex the way you normally could, but they still make it work in their own special way. You know what I'm saying? And intimacy is different for different people. You know what I'm saying? It's just this human connection sort of thing, man. I still got some of that McTristel's snuff. Tobacco snuff, man. This stuff is wicked. Snuff is powdered tobacco that you snort, chew, or dip. It's really popular in Sweden. Holy shit, that burns like a motherfucker. Yeah, McTristel's, that's good shit. Holy. Holy shit.
Like, as humans, we're designed for that. Now, I feel like the problem.
Yeah, humans are designed for attraction. And it's just human nature. You know what I'm saying? It's nature in general. You know, people are making this into way more big of a deal than they need to. Oh, it's the truth, you two, but like intimacy and love and attraction, it's a natural part of life. To an extent, mind you. Provided the people you're with are old enough for you and it's consensual. I'll pour some to that. That is some good rum. End of days rum. Shout out to you, Cool Cobras, and Courtney Knight for sending it. The Courtney Sucks Discord. 42% alcohol and volume. Holy shit, that'll wet your whistle. No, there are gonna be some people who are gonna see my off-color feminazi jokes that I made in my fan mail unboxing video and be like, oh my god, Cobra, that's just crude. If you're so offended by the word man and the way our culture is with that, we can't call it Mr. Potato Head, it's just now Potato Head. It's like, okay, nobody really cared about, holy shit, there are people who are that worked up over fucking pronouns. Holy shit. That's gonna bite, dude. Fucking hell. In fact, I drank half of it in one day yesterday and then slowed down on the other half today. Holy shit. So we got some rum to sip on while we're doing this video response. I'm feeling good. Oh, wait. Trolls are telling me I need to get laid, but I'm like, bro, women are starstruck by me when I walk around town. So fuck you, I'm not in a rush to get laid.
Problem is that guys by default want this, but they're not men yet. It's sort of this boyhood dream, right? I mean, you know, I know I used to think about this. I know a lot of you guys, you know, I hear it all the time, right?
So basically he's saying wake up from that boyhood dream, that Disney princess mentality. Both genders grow up with this mentality of you're going to have your queen in your castle. But aside from waking up from that, it's a metaphor for a good home and a good wife and a good husband or a good whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck if you're gay, straight, trans, lesbian, bisexual, queer, whatever. As long as they're old enough for you, they're of age, it's consensual, who cares? I'm not here to judge outside of that. You know what I'm saying? But there are some really fucked up things in our society. There are people out there who claim to be transracial, so they sit there and roll around in a wheelchair until they can have surgery to remove a section of their spine because they want to be what? And it's just like, okay, the mentality of it, it just makes you want to. It just makes you want to drink. Like, where's the weed at, man? No, wait, it'll be legal here soon in Wyoming, and as soon as marijuana is legal in Wyoming, I'm gonna grow King Cobra's Chronic, Black Magic, Green Crack, Rainbow Kush, Fruity OG Kush, Maui Wowie, Durban Poison, King Bud OG, and Gucci Golden Cobra. The buds would be like fucking massive, man. The King Bud OG would just make the buds huge. And the Fruity OG Kush and the Rainbow Kush mixed would make it pretty and hippie colors, you know? And it fucking tastes so good. You take like 4 hits of that shit and you be sitting there going, what the fuck was I gonna do again? That is some good fucking pot. Holy fuck, I am stoned. Sitting there looking at the joint, taking about 3 to 4 more hits. You know what I'm saying? No, that 8 strain wonder would be dank. There were some articles that said you'll be able to grow up to 12 plants and have up to like 3 ounces or less.
Having one night is for some girl, just wanting a girlfriend, just wanting all these things, okay? And it's weak when it comes from that position. And so
Wait, what?
all the time, right? Having one night is for some girl, just wanting a girlfriend, just wanting all these things, okay? And it's weak when it comes from that position.
Okay, it's weak because you have a natural human instinct to want some of-age companionship. That's what confuses me. Like, I hate, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Come on. Like, as adults, it's natural to lust after other adults, is what I'm saying. In our society, women and men are given so much crap for trying to support the opposite sex because of all the assholes that women and men have had to encounter on the dating scene. Holy shit. Oh, shit, fuck. That burn. Holy shit, I'm breathing fire. Yeah, man, that's some good.
And so you sort of have to write that off, right? The whole Disneyland type of, dream, knight in shining armor, princess, castle, all of this kind of stuff.
Everybody wants it to some extent, though. That's the thing of it. Right? Like a decent guy will want a princess to treat like a queen. A decent woman will be like, any woman would want a man who treats them right. You know what I'm saying? But like women have it convinced that they want assholes. And then they'll sit there and bitch when their asshole boyfriend treats them like crap and everyone else around them is just sick of it. So wake up beyond that princess prince mentality. There's no reason why we can't, why women and men can't treat each other accordingly. Where women treat their men like kings and men treat their women like queens. There's no reason why we can't have that. With the chivalry and the milady and milord and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? People may think that chivalry is dead, and I'm like, nope. It's just because people are too lazy and they've been affected by too many assholes. And it's really give and take with both genders, man. If women and men stop a selective enough amount, stop caring, then the whole lot stops caring. It becomes one of those situations of, well, if you can't beat them, you might as well join them. No, it's just stupid, dude. We try to express the frustrations of certain topics on the dating scene. These double standards that women and men, adult women and men, are faced with. Oh, fucking hell, the fucking wizard pipe might be clogged. Hold up a second. Bloody bastards. Like, how do you even unclog a pipe this big? Holy shit. No.
All right, then you have to like face the cold hard truth, and that's where a lot of guys, again, I don't like to use all the terminology. I'm going to try to stay away from this terminology.
This is like telling women you'll never find Mr. Prince Charming. You gotta wake up and face the whole cold truth. Blah, blah, blah.
You guys know it, so I'm going to use it. So, you know, a lot of the red pill type of stuff is talking about that. It's like saying, hey, wait a minute, guy, wake up. All right, stop being this blue pilled guy that is living in this feminist, you know, gynocentric world. Okay, and wake up.
The idea that we're living in a feminist, gynocentric world where women control everything and men are seen as the universal enemy, it's kind of true, but you gotta think, women have been facing oppression for centuries, man. So women have had to face what they normally face with their bodies and everything, on top of being oppressed systematically for centuries. You haven't seen any real like fighting back against the system until like the 1960s with the whole radical feminist movement. Random text message. Both women and men have been persecuted by society and hidden from their true potential. And then they place men at a higher place in society on purpose to create the dynamic that you see unfold before you. So for centuries, women were stay-at-home moms, basically, when men would go out, hunt, and gather for their home. Now, when that dynamic doesn't change for several centuries, all of a sudden women are able to do it for themselves. It shifts. And people are uncomfortable by it because we're programmed to think the stay-at-home kind of thing. I'm not trying to be sexist, but that's the fucking truth. Women are hardwired to be mothers and what have you. Men are hardwired to protect the women of their children, and they should be hardwired to protect women in general. A real man will say, you know what, there were 7 million women on TikTok screaming hashtag kill all men, but that's okay. I still respect women. And that's how a real man should be. I'll drink to that. Cheers, ladies.
To the reality, which is that, women are different than what you think. Okay, women.
This would help if women would just tell us what the fuck they want. Not to be that guy, ornery as shit, but it's the goddamn truth. Women say the exact opposite of what they want. Not all of them, but a good majority of them do it. It's because society has conditioned them. The whole we live in a society. That's real.
They can be slutty sometimes. In fact, a lot. But it's kind of.
Yeah. Women can be slutty sometimes, he says. Yeah, just like men can be assholes sometimes. And again, I'm not here to disrespect anyone. This is just a friendly YouTube conversation. Someone makes a video, I make a video. They make a video, that person makes a video.
Kind of encouraging culture today, all right? And, and
it is. To be fair, it is encouraging culture. Women are encouraged to show off their tits and their ass on Facebook and Instagram. The whole Instagram model thing. But then as soon as they do, they get slut-shamed for it. You can't encourage women to show off their body and then slut-shame them for it the second they do. It doesn't work like that. That's just next level retarded shit.
And women don't want this nice guy. They want a guy that's a little edgy. They might actually like the asshole, okay?
Oh, here we go. We got the rum. We got the pipe tobacco ready on the left, ready on the right. Now, I'm so sick and tired of the assholes stereotype. You know what I'm talking about, YouTube? There's just so many fucking layers to this bullshit that makes me go, you know what, I'm fine being single for now. The dating scene sucks balls. You could find chicks you have everything in common with, and they won't date you because they want to date the asshole. Something Terrence Popp said the other day on that video response I was doing. Women will go after the men who don't want them, but treat the women that do want them like shit and refuse to acknowledge their existence. And the crappy thing of it is, men do the same thing. Men will go after women they can't have, while ignore the ones that they can have. It's because people like a challenge. It's that divide and conquer that keeps the human race going. You know what I'm saying?
And all this kind of behavior that you think that you're doing in order to attract a woman, it's not actually attractive. You're actually kind of a loser. And,
okay, what?
It's definitely not sexually attractive. Women will not, they're not going to be attracted to you by being this sort of lovesick kind of romantic guy that.
Okay, wait a minute. So you're telling me if women are clingy to men, we're supposed to accept it and be like, yeah, we're man, we're getting that pussy. But if men are clingy to women, we're creeps, and that's not gonna attract her. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. The truth of it is women and men are very similar in this issue. If you haven't had a dating partner in a while, you're going to be a little bit clingy to it. Like, holy shit, you know what I'm saying? Love is the most powerful drug there is. And that's the fucking truth. You got your highs, your lows, and you see people doing stupid shit to get it. It's the fucking truth, man.
Just wants this one girl to worship her.
Oh my God. The fact, if you're clingy and you worship the ground she walks on, she won't be happy with it. It depends on what she wants. Again, this is not anything but a friendly discussion. I support bulldog mindset. It's nice that there are men and women who are able to coach other women and men into feeling better about themselves and feeling, confident with their own gender. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? However, like the whole men love sluts and women love assholes stereotype. They love it until they have to deal with it. You ever go to your female friend's house just to hang out? You don't care about sex or hooking up with her. You're grabbing a couple beers. And you listen to your female friend bitch about her boyfriend. It's like, honey, if you're going to bitch about him, then break up with him. The tricky thing about love is people will develop attachment even if the person is not right for them. That's what pisses me off about love, honestly, is people will develop attachments to the people who are bad for them because of that way society fucking cultures us to treat love. If you don't have someone before you're 30, you're going to be a fucking loser the rest of your life kind of mentality, and it's bullshit.
And treat her right and all these things, okay?
At the truth, at the end of the day, both women and men want to be treated right by the both sides. Okay? Men want a woman that'll treat them right, and women want a man that'll treat them right. Everyone's looking for the same thing, but people are assholes to each other, so it kind of fucks up the dynamic.
So you kind of have to have that wake-up call, and part of that wake-up call, I believe, should be actually learning to develop the skills to actually go out there and approach women, right? Cold approach, like what you would say, pick-up artist type of stuff. Not for the purpose of like, oh, let's just rack up my leg count and let's, and this is going to make me happy in life.
Even though women are slut shamed for the sex they get and men are simp shamed for the sex they try to get, both sides equally are celebrated for their conquest. And it's horseshit. No, society's attitude towards sex pisses me off. And that's why I do what I do on YouTube. You stop dating and you take a time to be single for like 3 to 4 years and you start to see what it's really like. The cold approach and game so that...
Okay, but more so for the purpose of developing yourself and growing yourself as a human being, as a person.
Exactly. You take a break from dating to grow yourself as a person, become a better person. That's called cultivating yourself. And in the last 3 years that I've taken off from dating, I'm honestly a better person for it. I saw a video where I hadn't had pussy in like 8 to 9 months. And I was sitting there whining about it, bitching because my friends are getting more than I was. And you know how guys are with that shit. They'll lie about it to make themselves seem cooler to other guys. Like, fuck off. Everyone wants to have that queen king mentality and get treated right. But when it doesn't happen and both sides are equally as frustrating on the dating scene, well, there you go. You have the dating scene. And this is based off of what I've heard other women and other men complain about. I've heard people complain about pretty much the same goddamn thing. Why can't I find someone? All so and so, such and such genders are the same.
So that's more so what you want to do that for. Okay. Now, what does that equate to, right? So here's what it really comes down to. All right. When you develop those skills, when you learn that, you start to have this self-confidence in yourself. You start to believe that you can be attractive to women. You start to understand what women want in a man. Okay.
What women want in a man is different. It's based off of one thing, which is communication. Each man, each woman is different. You know, this stereotype that men like women with a nice ass and big titties, and women want a man with a big ass 6-inch dick and 6-pack abs. Those are just stereotypes. There are men out there who are more of an ass man. There are women out there who are more of a bicep kind of chick. You know what I'm saying? They could give a fuck less. These chicks out there could give a fuck less about how big your dick is. But if you got big biceps and you can cook a mean spaghetti, or you can cook some dank ass food, and you treat the women right, they're like, hey, this guy's alright.
And you learn a lot about that. You also learn a lot about women, right? Because the thing is, like, some
The only thing you're going to learn is what y'all's wants based off of communication at the end of the day. Well, women want what men want. It's pretty straightforward. You give your of-age husband some good sex and then hand him a beer afterwards. Fuck, he's happy as shit. Women, you want a man who will show up in a suit and swoo you every time. Keeps things interesting. You could be married to the bastard for like, I don't know, 65 plus years, and you're still with him because he keeps things interesting. Yeah. And that's what it's all about. Men, we're pretty easy to please. Women, you want spontaneous and romantic. Mysterious bad boy. That rum is giving me the hiccups. Shit. I'm gonna slow it down after this glass. What's left? Fuck yeah. I'm definitely feeling good. King Cobra JFS makes the dankest root beer floats. I had a dinner with my family not too long ago, which was very pleasant. And people who were old enough to consume were like, even if it wasn't not your father's, people in general were like, Cobra makes a really good root beer float. His Sneaky Snake root beer floats are delicious. Not your father's root beer, Ben & Jerry's cookie dough chocolate chip ice cream, a drizzle of chocolate genuine Hershey syrup on top of the root beer foam. Oh, I've done it before so many times on my channel. That's one of my favorite drink combinations, I'm not gonna lie. It combines gluttony and pleasure in the same drink combination. You feel like a fat ass for drinking it, but it tastes so good, you're just like, I don't care.
Some of the guys, I think they think they're just gonna find their one dream girl, and they're gonna fall.
This sounds like a women. This sounds like a lot of women in that perspective. How many women out there think you're just gonna find your dream guy? Or how many men out there think they're gonna find their dream woman? Dude, wait patiently. Rats, round and round, where love will find a way, just give it time. Round and round, what comes around goes around, I'll tell you why, yeah. You can't rush a good thing. When it comes to love, love can be a good thing if you find true love, which is what everyone wants. I don't care if you're male or female. Both sides are searching for the queen king mentality. And it takes work to maintain a healthy relationship. It does. But with tactical soap, you can smell good for your wife. Who cares if it's imported from China? So is everything else. Of-age women love the way it smells. And with coupon code King Cobra, you can get 15% off. They got an order that's arriving from Spider Lifestyle Industries. Is the name of the company that makes the Klondike soap. I think spiders are cool. You ever held a tarantula? I've held one of those black and orange tarantulas that a lot of people have. I think spiders and snakes and creepy crawlies are cool. It's like Velcro crawling up your leg. Imagine that spider just crawling up on your leg. and little Velcro legs. No, my stepmom took me to the science zone here in town when I was a little bit younger. And a shout out to the science zone. That's a cool Casper attraction, man. You want to see science and like animals and get your fix for that kind of thing? There you go. I had 2 tarantulas on me. One was super old, and then I had one that was brand new. And both of those spiders were super chill with me. They were like, hey, this guy's alright. Meanwhile, my stepmom is watching me with 2 potentially poisonous tarantula spiders going, hey. The thing about tarantula spiders is that the ones with the orange and black legs are pretty harmless to humans. But there are some spiders like the brown recluse. Could you imagine crossbreeding a brown recluse with a camo spider? That would be just fucking mean. You're playing genetics like, hey, here's a giant spider that can fuck you up. And people have the potential to crossbreed the most aggressive of spiders with the most poisonous of, and make it the ultimate spider or the ultimate snake or whatever. And people are like, that's super illegal, you can't be doing that crap.
Fall in love with her right away, and that's going to be that. But that doesn't happen most of the time. All right, and what ends up happening a lot of time is that they find a girl that maybe they could be compatible with in the long term, but they're not. And the reason why they're not is because they don't know how to act as a man in a relationship. They don't have experience. They don't really.
There's some truth to that. There are men and women who see people they could be potentially good with. And they don't know how to act in those situations. It's because when you find true love spitting you in the face, and when you see the other side reciprocating the same emotions,
really know how to attract women. They don't have any kind of game at all. Okay, and so they just get walked over, and there's their.
this is the truth for a lot of women. You know what I'm saying?
Still in that kind of blue pill type of mindset, right? So I believe that it is necessary for guys to wake up to the truth, to get that kind of red pill knowledge. And a good book on that called Rational Man, right? It's one of the quintessential books on understanding this. And if you read that book, I think you'll start to understand. Now, it's a little bit more jaded than my perspective, which is fine, but it's still worth it. Okay, but I believe that you have to have that sort of Disney fairy tale sort of mindset shattered, and then you have to go out as a man and develop your actual skills. Okay, now.
You don't have to shatter that mentality. You just gotta work for it. Women and men want a king and a queen that'll treat them right. Both sides want the same goddamn fucking thing. Oh, did Cobra say it a lot louder, or is that the rum talking?
No. Some of you guys are religious or like, I don't want to be a slut or whatever, whatever. And that's fine. Like, I'm not going to tell you, at least go and learn to talk to women. You don't have to take them home with you if you don't want to.
You want to talk to women? Talk to women like you would talk to yourself. If you're not respectful to yourself, then you shouldn't talk to women.
Okay, I mean, you're going to gain some different type of experience with that as well. But you need to actually have that skill set, okay, in order to advance to the next stage. Because the thing is, what it really looks like coming full circle, whatever you want to call it, is that as you really, do this, right? Let's say you live that pickup artist lifestyle for some period of time, right? You're what we call a fuck boy, all right? Okay, suppose you live that lifestyle. That's not a permanent place for you to stay, okay? That's somewhere you're visiting, you're learning some things, you're having a little bit of fun, maybe, but you're ultimately not going to be happy and fulfilled in life by continuing that lifestyle forever. You know, the hot.
Yeah, the fuckboy slut mentality. You may be happy with being able to achieve sex whenever you want it, but at the end of the day, it's miserable because you haven't found your soulmate. That's what everyone's trying to find, man.
Highs are going to become less high, all right? Now again, is it fun? Is it? Yeah, of course, you're going to have fun. That's fine, all right? But like I said, it's not going to, at some point that novelty is going to wear off. At some point, the shallowness of those.
And that's the sad truth of it. The novelty will wear off. Like, fuck, I got all this, yeah.
Connections, and you can still have some deep connections in that respect, but at some point the shallowness of that is going to wear on you, and you're going to want something more. And you look at even, I think a lot of people like to make fun of the dating coaches that end up getting shacked up and stuff like that, and say, oh yeah, whatever, this guy, look at this, and look, his wife isn't even that hot or whatever. And I'm like, hold on, doesn't this tell you something? I mean, again, some of these guys are fraud. They don't actually have success, but it's not all of them. Some of them do have success, and then do they end up settling down with the hottest girl they can find? No. Why not? Is it because they don't have the skills? You could argue that, but I would say that it's more of the idea that they realize that they want something deeper in life, and they want to have a connection. They want to build something. They want to have some level of intimacy with the woman that you're just not going to be able to experience in these short type of interactions and by having these multiple relationships and going out and practicing the pickup, artist sort of playboy lifestyle. Okay, again, not saying that there's not a time and a place for that. I think that there is a time that most men have to go through that stage in order to actually develop themselves as men, to build their confidence, to start to have that internal validation rather than the external, as they get rid of that deep insecurity that a lot of men have. It's like, oh, I'm not going to be attracted to women. I don't have the skills, right? Once you've developed that and you've had some experience, then now you can evolve to kind of the third stage, which, by the way, guys, if you haven't already, if you like what I'm talking about here, definitely check out the Bulldog Mindset membership. There's a link down below, $7 for the first month here. And I go into depth about all this stuff. I tell you about how to develop emotional mastery, okay? The 3 levels of emotional mastery. I tell you about how to actually handle a date, okay? How to kiss a girl and all this stuff. And also, the financial stuff, how to actually build a business,
Well then.
You want to get your finances together, become financially independent, build your physique, get in shape, all those things, and the mental and stoic aspects. And plus, we have a huge community of men, 900 men, over 900 men. Definitely go check it out if you haven't already, okay? To become a top 5% man. That's the goal of the Bulldog Mindset membership. So, what I was saying? What I was saying is this, is that, at some point you want to get to that stage where you want to have, something more. And again, a lot of you guys, you want to get married, you want to have kids, you want to have families. This is not a bad thing, all right? I know that it's been painted as a bad picture, and I understand the risks involved, and I understand all of the legal implications of it. Believe me, I know better than you think, all right? Now, that doesn't mean that you don't take the risk anyway. Calculate risk. But hey, what are you going to do? You're going to be like, all right, well, maybe next life. Well, sorry, there's not a next life. I don't know what game you're playing, but there's not a next life. This is it. All right? Maybe you have an afterlife. I don't know. But you have to play the game like this is it, because it may be it. All right? So what I'm saying is that, if you want that, you're going to have to take some risks. And the best way to mitigate the risk is not through legal precautions. Okay, I'm not saying you shouldn't take any kind of legal precautions, but what I'm saying is the best way to mitigate the risk of failed relationships, failed long-term relationships, sexless marriages, all of that stuff, is by learning how to be a man. Okay? Because let me tell you something, all right? Let's say that you become a strong masculine man who has a high degree of respect for himself, okay? Has compassion for others, okay? Is actually someone who is honorable and trustworthy. Let's say you become that guy and has good social skills, has good game. Now, when a woman comes into your life that you're considering for long term, you're not going to tolerate any kind of bullshit. If she tries to throw bullshit at you, she's disrespecting you. You're not going to get all butthurt. You're not going to act like an asshole.
Yeah, that's the truth for women and men both. If she's acting like a cunt, you're not gonna put up with her bullshit. Oh, Cobra, that's edgy. Calm down.
You're just gonna dismiss her. You're just gonna be like, all right, that's it. I'm not dealing with it. It's fine. Like you're gonna not be a pushover. You're not gonna be a pansy. Okay. But you're going to be compassionate. You're going to show her, you're going to treat her like a princess. You're going to treat her well as she acts in a way that she deserves to be treated well. Okay? And so you're going to have a high degree of a filter. Plus, you're also going to be setting the ground rules for the relationship, because most of the time in relationships, romantic relationships, for you guys that don't know this, is that how they start is how they end. Okay? Or how they continue. And so if you enter a relationship...
That's truth. How your relationship starts, how are they gonna end?
With a woman, and she treats you like shit, okay? And she, walks all over you, okay? And you got to walk around on eggshells around her.
Yeah, that's the truth for both sides, man. You think women aren't dealing with this crap? I know you know what I know, like I know, you know. There are people out there you just gotta walk on eggshells around. And they're impossible to date, regardless of gender. And you're just like, nope. Quite frankly, Sydney Watson, I don't care what you wears. I find your content entertaining. Hooey, shit, I'm good on that run for a minute, goddamn.
And you're like, oh, you know, whatever, I'm a happy wife, happy life type of thing. That's how it's going to be. Okay. So,
The happy wife myth is a lie. Because if your happy wife ain't so happy and she don't know why, nothing you do will fix that unless she tells you this is what makes me happy. But if she doesn't know what makes her happy, then it's just a bullshit myth.
if you have some experience, if you filter from the beginning, if you set the tone from the beginning, say, hey, look, I'm not going to be a dick. I'm not going to be an asshole.
Set the tone from the very beginning. With relationships, you have to do that. That's the brutal, unfair honesty of love and relationships. You have to literally set the tone of your relationship from the very beginning. And if the reciprocating partner is okay with it, cool. You're old enough, it's consensual, alright.
I'll treat you like a princess. I will. I will. I will give you everything that I can in this life. Make you as happy.
Now, at the end of the day, that's what it's like for both sides. That's what dating is. Offering the best of what you have to offer, plus how good you are in the bedroom, which doesn't matter shit. If you've never had sex and the woman you're with has never had it, take time to enjoy each other's company. Don't be so nervous about making it good, and just enjoy it.
Happy as possible. But the one thing I ask from you is mutual. Is the respect that you give me. The respect. If you can't treat me like a king, then none of this is going to work, and it's not worth it to me. I'm not.
Exactly. You ain't gonna treat me like a king, then I'm not gonna treat you like a queen. Exactly what I've been saying. People are gonna misinterpret it. That's how it is.
There's no way. It doesn't matter how attractive you are. It doesn't matter what you say or what you do. If you can't treat me with respect, if you don't treat me like a king, if you don't treat me like the man that I know I am, that I deserve to be treated like, then, no offense, but...
Yeah, no offense taken. If you can't treat the woman like the queen she deserves to be treated like, then fuck the relationship entirely. If women and men can't treat each other with respect, then what's the point of having a relationship? But the respect is a two-way street, man. It's the fucking truth.
I'm going to look somewhere else. You're not for me. You don't get this. All right, you don't get what I have to provide, and it better be valuable. You better be a high value man. Okay, that's what I teach you. Again, Bulldog Mindset membership. Become a top 5% man. Right. But if you have that filter, then how much more likely are you to have success, long-term success in a relationship? And a lot of guys say, "Oh no, that's bullshit. Women still cheat. They still do all these things. They still whatever. Divorce rate, all this."
Men cheat too, so what's your point? I feel like a pig piece of shit for cheating on my first girlfriend. You don't even know. In the years that I've dated, I'm like, I had it pretty good with the first woman I had. And I regret the way I treated Stephanie. But I can't change that. I'm not trying to get back with her, I'm just saying. And you know what? We need to be nicer towards each other.
It's possible that shit could still go wrong. But I want you to think about all the guys that you know, all right, that have had all this shit happen to them. And most of you guys don't have first-hand experience. Some of you do. Or some of you it's happened to you. And I really want you to think, were you or was that person that you know the masculine kind of guy that I'm talking about? Bulldog mindset, top 5% man type of material, okay, who understood what we call red pill philosophy, who had a high degree of respect for himself, did not allow women to disrespect him and treat him poorly, required for them to treat him like a king, okay, but having mutual compassion and respect for them as well, treating them like a princess, right? Was that the kind of guy, or was he a weak kind of beta guy that got pushed over and just got walked all over because he didn't have a spine? Right? Or he was just too sappy and just treated her too well, despite her disrespecting him and treating him poorly. Okay? There are a small percentage of cases where the guy's doing everything right and the girl is still whatever she is, but it is so rare. And the reason why is, like I said, is because of the filter. Because if you know what you're looking for, and you know what you're not looking for, and you know how to judge a woman's character and her behavior, and how to correct and, I dare say, train that behavior, because
the same way women train men. Oh, did I say that out loud? If he's not the perfect man, he smacks when he chews his food. It's the fucking truth, man.
everyone's interactions with us are trained. Okay, you know what I mean? There's some negative implication to it, but it really is true. Like you get what you accept, and you train people on how to treat you. It's very, very true. Okay, and you guys need to understand this. But I want you to really think about that again, and I want you to forget about all the kind of crap that you've heard from everyone else in the red pill community. And I'm not trying to knock anyone. I like a lot of those guys. A lot of these guys are friends of mine. I'm quote out of the manosphere because I don't want to deal with the infighting and the BS anymore, and I'm just gonna do my own thing. But I want you to think about all the stuff that you're being fed, and is it really true, and is it really what you want? Okay, because what I want to give you is that whole kind of blue-pilled fairy tale sort of fantasy that you had, but actually make you the man who actually deserves it and can get it in a little bit of a different way than you imagined when you didn't understand the way that the world worked, right? That's why non-attachment is so important, because what I'm telling you is to be that guy that can actually have a long-term intimate relationship with a woman and be compassionate and be a stand-up good guy, okay, who people respect and want to be around and admire for your masculine virtues, okay, because you're actually a solidly legit good person. Okay? I want to teach you how to be that while not getting walked on. Because if you can manage those things, you can have your cake and eat it too. You can have the thing that you always dreamed of. Okay? As long as you can have the backbone at the same time and have a non-attachment, being the ability to let things go. As long as you can say, look, nothing is permanent. I'm always alone in life, technically, right? Because even when I'm with someone, I still, they're maybe joining me for the journey, and I have a video on Why You Always Be Alone. You can watch that if you want. But I want to teach you how to be that guy who has the backbone, who is able to have that life. And if you can manage to do that, you'll have the best happiness and fulfillment because you're willing to let it go as well. You're willing to say, you know what, nothing's permanent. If I do what I'm supposed to do, if I treat myself with respect and I don't allow people to disrespect me and whatever, and I'm willing to accept whatever consequences come from that. And if she leaves, she leaves. She can cheat at any time. That's fine. I'll move on. I'll deal with it. I could lose half my shit. That's fine. I'll deal with that too. You know, if you can be that kind of a guy, again, not setting yourself up for failure, but being willing to accept whatever comes, then you're going to live the best life. Then you'll be able to be a guy that's actually emotionally mature and can have a deep, intimate relationship with it.
That's true for both genders. Accepting whatever comes your way.
What you really, in your heart of hearts, want, then you can still be the guy that has game, that, you know, like I said. And maybe at some point in your life, like I said, you go around and you become the pickup artist guy for a while. For a while. You try it on. Gain some experience. You learn some things. Okay? Correct. But then at some point, you got to leave that behind. You do. Because it's not going to serve you for the rest of your life. For most of you, maybe some of you'd be okay with that, but for most of you, if you want something more, you know, you've got to become that guy. And that's what I'm trying to teach you on this channel. Again, Bulldog Mindset membership, if you haven't already joined, highly recommend it, because this is where I'm building a whole community of men, of real men, okay? Not pickup artists, not men going their own way kind of bullshit, okay? Not, you know, red pill women hating guys, okay? Not that. Real men. Real men. No. Different men are in different parts of their journey, and they need to learn some of those skills. That's fine. But I want to teach you how to be a real man. A man that other men want to be like, that women want. That's the key.
Skip the ad. That's the goal for a lot of chicks, to find to be the chick that every guy wants versus the guy every chick wants. It's different for both sides. And that's what really makes you think.